गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. Today we shall learn something about concentration, a very important subject for students. Please turn to page number 38 in your prayer book. If you have this book in your hands, the second quote in the page, all knowledge we have either of the external or internal world is obtained through only one method, by the concentration of the mind. No knowledge can be had of any science unless we can concentrate our minds upon the subject. So concentration is the key. There is another quote on page number 36. Please see that also. Concentration is the essence of all knowledge. Nothing can be done without it. 90% of thought force is wasted by the ordinary human being, and therefore he is constantly committing blunders. The trained man or mind never makes a mistake. So Swamiji also said that if I had to redo my education, what I would do is first I would try to concentrate my mind. Afterwards, I will collect facts at will. Abraham Lincoln said, give me 6 hours to cut a tree. First 4 hours I would use to sharpen the axe. Give me 6 hours to cut a tree. First 4 hours I would use to sharpen the axe. And then the remaining 2 hours I would cut the tree. So today, without sharpening the axe, we want to cut the tree. We want to gain knowledge without actually having the right instrument first. First, the instrument has to be trained. You need to have a fit instrument. What is a fit instrument? A focused mind, a concentrated mind, a one-pointed mind. There are so many distractions for us. It's very important as students, you practice some concentration every day. Only through abhyasa, you'll be able to improve your concentration. There's no other way. As you know, we have different stages in life: childhood, youth, middle age, and old age. And most of the times, if you just look at our life, it is this age, youth, we are very restless. Yes or no? The restlessness is more when you are young. So that restlessness has to be curbed. How can you do that? So here you come only on alternate days. Okay, you kindly practice this at your home first. You just sit with yourself 15 minutes or 20 minutes without moving any part in your body. Okay? This is just abhyasa. Concentration of mind, afterwards it will come. First, can you sit with yourself for 15 to 20 minutes without you moving any part of your body, the hand or legs? 15 to 20 minutes. Slowly you practice it. First, stability of the mind. Then you just come to the mind. First, stability of the body, then come to the mind. Then you can focus on the mind. Slowly, concentration will come. Your concentration will be improving on a daily basis. Then afterwards, you will have to come to books. Books are there around. Language is there, but we are not able to focus. That is the only problem. If you have this, I mean the concentration of mind, you don't have to come here to learn language, particularly spoken English. You can learn on your own. Today, actually, we underestimate our competencies and capabilities. We don't want to train our mind. We are just running and flocking to coaching institutes in the hope of actually acquiring, skill very fast. Everybody wants to be coached and tutored because we have a fear. The other person actually is going for coaching institute, so I also need to go. Otherwise, I lag behind. This is a fear. The whole society, if you just look at it, is fear-driven. But if you just look at all original people, great people in the world, really creative people, geniuses actually who have produced something new, something original. So all actually, because they could focus on themselves, the idea flashed in their minds. Swami Vivekananda would say actually, he gives the example of Newton. Newton discovered the gravitational law. How did he discover? Apple fell. Apple before also fell, and after so many times the apple fell before. Things only will fall. How could he discover? Because he had that focused mind and concentrated mind, an intuitive mind rather, because the impurity in the mind. When apple fell, he just had the question in his mind, why should things fall? And then actually he invented this. He discovered this gravitational law. The same thing actually. If you have that intuitive mind, if you have that focused mind, if you have that concentrated mind, you'll be able to acquire things fast. So when you are in classroom, just see today, okay, observe how much of time you are able to focus on teacher's teaching. If the mind is going here and there, bring it back. How I can do that, you may ask Swamiji. So just put pen to paper. Don't just sit there like that. I know how much of concentration we all have. First 15-20 minutes, we'll be able to pay attention to the teacher. Afterwards, most of the students, I'm not saying all, majority of the students, physically they are present and mentally they are not present. It's happening in schools also today. Attention span is coming down significantly because of this too much of screen time. TV, cell phone, everything screen. So attention deficiency syndrome, they say. ADS, attention deficiency syndrome. So this you need to practice before you hope or expect to acquire any skill. From practical tips. So pen and paper, both will be there. Whatever the teacher tells, whether it is useful or not useful, secondary, but I'm going to note down. Whatever the teacher says, I'm going to note down. Because you have to note down, you have already given a command to the mind. It can't go here and there. It won't get distracted. It can't run here and there. The simple practical tip. And the second thing is, the teacher that I have been given, the teacher that is teaching for me actually, is a teacher who has been allotted to me by God Himself. This kind of surrender and Shraddha is important. Right? The next room teacher is teaching better than my teacher. Once you come to that conclusion, you will not pay attention to this teacher who is in front of you. This is a temptation that you need to resist and you need to overcome. All teachers are equally good. I know they all have the real capacity. Maybe the method of teaching may be a little different. The approach that they adopt may be a little different. But everybody has his or her own competencies and capabilities. They want to give their best to you, but you should have that patience. This is the second trip where actually you really actually love your teacher and you have Shraddha. And you all know that actually God only has given this teacher to you. The third, so whatever that the teacher is teaching is, this is very important for me. You just give this command to the mind, then focus will come. Okay? Then don't look here and there. What the next student is doing, that is secondary. I have to focus on myself and you just focus on your mind where it is going. You just actually little observational eye you have to use. I and my mind, what it is doing, I need to observe. If you don't observe, mind plays all tricks. It is very treacherous. It's very deceptive. Shala mosapuritamai. So all the time we are getting cheated by our mind. Nothing else. Nothing else in this universe cheats us as much as our own mind cheats us. If you can befriend your own mind, then there is nobody like you. Attaining success in the world becomes very easy once you learn to befriend your own mind, and you'll be able to befriend your mind only when you focus on it, when you train it, and when you observe it. Unobserved, mind will go berserk. It's like untamed horse. You can't ride an untamed horse. It will make you fall. That's all. So this is the problem. That's why learn to focus your mind. This is also one of the important lessons. మీకు ఈ ఫోకస్ ఈ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి అయినా నాలెడ్జ్ గెయిన్ చేయొచ్చు. దట్స్ వై మై రిక్వెస్ట్ ఈస్ ద నెక్స్ట్ 34 classes when you are here, try to focus your mind, try to practice concentration in your classroom. Use this classroom as an experimental lab for you to acquire more concentration, to acquire more focus that will be useful to you subsequently in all situations in life. ఈ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మీరు ఏ వర్క్లో కూడా మీ సామర్థ్యం పెరుగుతుంది. యువర్ కంపిటెన్సీస్, కెపాసిటీస్ విల్ గెట్ enhanced significantly once you gain this right kind of concentration and use this institute for acquiring that degree of concentration. So classroom actually is the experimental lab for you for enhancing and for increasing your concentration. So all these days you have not focused on your mind, but today onwards you'll be focusing on your mind. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.